Good morning, Carolyn. How are you doing today? Good to see you here. That's good. I'm glad it includes me. Um, I'm sorry I'm late. I was up late doing that video. I got it done around 2 o'clock this morning. I did. I watched both of yours. I thought they were funny. Wasn't expecting the satellite to fall on your, was that your son or your son-in-law or whatever? I thought that was funny. And then the robot going nuts in the living room. That was pretty cool. Had I gotta get a count, but I think it was 26 or 28 people. So a lot of food. A lot of food. There still is a lot of food left. A lot of them took food home with them. I had to go containers from the hot dog cart, and I brought those in, and was giving people food to go in to go containers. So I don't quite understand it because it's pretty much a mandate when you come to dinner here, you bring your own removal equipment to remove food. You don't go containers. So must be a slow day today. I was just looking at Picker Rick's and he's only got like 6 people on his. So I don't know. People are probably tired after yesterday. I was exhausted. So, yeah. So how are you doing? Yeah, that's all you need. Your knee replacement being screwed up. Have you been to the doctor yet to have them check it? That's you should have called the doctor and said, "Hey, man, I was in an accident. You need to check this just in case." Yeah, food coma. don't think we'll be cooking here for the next 3 or 4 days. So. By the way, that sweet potato pie I did, oh, that actually turned out really, really good. It's sweet, but it turned out good. Now, I was tired last night. 9 o'clock, man, I hit the wall at 9 o'clock, and I knew I couldn't go to bed until I got that video done, and it just took forever. I mean, I already had it edited, and I'm sitting there waiting for it to load and load, you know, and I went in and did tags and all that other stuff to it. Mr. Dutchy Dutch, how are you doing today? Free Music Jukebox, good morning. Glad to see you guys are here. Did you have a good holiday? I know the feeling about all that muscle damage there, Carolyn. I have to go Tuesday night for an MRI at 7:30 at night. My hip is hurting so bad they don't think it's arthritis or the hip replacement that's doing all that pain. It's got to be something else. So. Hopefully they'll look at that and let me know within a couple of days, you know, what's going on and what they can do for me. It'd be nice. Had a half a cup of coffee so far. I'm trying to wake up. Mine was excellent, man. I even got video to prove it there, Mr. Dutchy Dutch. If you want to find out what it's like at the Iron Dog's house for a holiday, go watch the video I just put up. That's pretty much like it is all the time here when we have a holiday party. How many people? We've never had 28 people, but we've had, you know, 18, 20, you know. And then but the amount of food is what we normally have here all the time, man. So. And I almost thought about cooking a couple of turkeys because I didn't know if I was going to have enough or not. It seems I have plenty. We give away, I don't know, half the ham, I think. They had people taking ham and macaroni salad, potato salad, and all that other stuff, you know. So. I tell you what, though, the refrigerator is so full. Last night, we didn't have any water in the refrigerator, and I had room to put in 6 bottles of water, and that's it. So, you got to get rid of some of that stuff. Somebody's going to have to eat it, and I really don't want to be the person that has to do all that. So. So, as far as the ham goes and stuff, I think after tomorrow, whatever's left, I think I'm going to put it in vacuum seal bags and freeze it up and then save it for, you know, making something else with it. I tell you what, man, those beans were excellent. They'd have been a lot better if I'd have cooked onions in them, but there's a lot of people that don't like onions, so I didn't put any onions in them. And the only thing is, there's none left, so I can't even I eat them cold, and I'll dice up onions and throw them in there and eat them cold. And there's no beans left, so I have to go get me some more, make me some more beans. So, but they're not homemade. They're Bush's baked beans, and people say, "Oh, why don't you make your own?" Well, I did. I do make my own, but it takes for hours. Ever. It takes a, almost 2 days to make a batch of baked beans if you make them homemade. By the time you soak the beans, and then you have to soak them in your solution, your ketchup and your barbecue sauce and all that other stuff to get them to get the color and all that, and then you bake them. And you got to keep making sure you add more to it, because they soak up so much moisture that they'll end up dry. So I just rather go buy the Bush's baked beans, and then I add my own stuff to it. I get their baked beans, and I'll add I bacon to it, and I add ketchup and mustard and brown sugar and salt, and a touch of pepper if I want to. And that's right there, Rita. If you're listening, she is beautiful. She thinks she isn't, but I think she's gorgeous. Rita just commented, "You tell Mrs. Iron Dog she's beautiful. No need to hide." My wife doesn't like her picture taken. Oh. But there was plenty enough food. It was I didn't show it because it didn't show up till after the last video was made, but my nephew, he brought peach cobbler and I think a pumpkin pie. It's in the refrigerator now. They didn't take it with them, so I have no idea what it is. I think it's a pumpkin pie. So. But yeah, but I keep telling her, "Honey, you need your picture taken." "No, I don't." I said, "Well, you don't sit there and go like this when they take your picture for your driver's license." "Well, I have to have it taken." "AZ Days, how are you doing?" "Well, thank you. It did look good. It tasted just as good as it looked, man." I told her, I said, the only thing is here's Johnny. There you go. If she doesn't take her picture, something happened to her, we'd have to put a blank picture on the milk carton because we'd never be able to find her. Nobody know what she looked like. So. Good morning, Hazelnut. How are you doing? Hazel Days, the Flying Monkey. How are you doing this morning? You snuck in. I didn't see you. Yes, I did have a good Easter. Did you? Well, Florida Man, thanks a lot for showing up and sticking with us for a little bit. I appreciate it. And thanks for the thumbs up. Is the missus up and about, or she's already at? Is she at to work, or? It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. Brenda's World, good morning. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, I'm drinking from a butt mug. Well, thank you, Fast and Fearless, son. I'm glad you liked it. I didn't edit nothing, so you got it exactly like we got it. I just put them together. So, well, you guys have a good day at work. I know there's no such thing as a good day at work because a bad day fishing is better than a good day at work any day. So, but you guys be careful and have a good day at work. I know the feeling, Jukebox man. I am just so wasted this morning. I did a live stream last night until 9 o'clock last night, from 8 till 9, and I hit the wall at 9 o'clock. So man, I gotta call it a day. I'm done. I had to edit that video and put it on, and that took from 9 o'clock till 2 o'clock because this high speed internet upload speed I got on this stuff is really, really fast. So, yeah, went into a food coma. Yeah, all the good people are trying. Yeah, they just woke up. They went and took a nap after dinner last night. Now they're just waking up. So yeah, but we were supposed to have dinner at 12 o'clock, and it didn't start till almost 2. And you know, but people say, "What time is dinner?" I said, "What do you mean? What time is dinner?" Every time I say, "Well, you guys want to tell me a time to have dinner, dinner's ready by then," but nobody shows up. Yeah, Michigan dial-up internet here, right? Uh, Nobody shows up at that time, or they do show up, but nobody else shows up. So you got 5 people here, but you're still waiting for 20 people. You got people calling at 1:30 in the 1:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, we're on our way. Oh wait, you were supposed to be here an hour and a half ago. You're just now on your way. You should have called me an hour and a half ago. Say, hey, we're on our way now. So, Simple Arts, how are you doing? Glad to see you here. You guys aren't affiliated with Mr. Dutchy Dutch. Simple Arts, free music. Fast and Fearless, Carolyn 12B free. FVM, that's Florida Man Man, or Hazy Days. Go and Flying Monkey and Rinda's World. You go to each other's channel, check you guys out, each one of you guys out. If it's something you are interested in, give them some channel love, and I'm sure they'll show you some channel love back. That's all about this. What this is channel love, man. Trying to get these smaller channels to get bigger. I have no problem with people advertising on my channel. You come in, you say hi, hey, do you mind if I put this on? No problem. Or hi, can you put this on for me, please? No problem. I get a notification. Picker Rick 1's going live. Hey, Picker Rick 1's going live. I have no problem with saying that. Ellen's, I can't say your name, but Ellen's Hydrenitis or a supportive group or whatever. I can't never say that name. I don't understand what it is, but I know it's some kind of illness or something like that. She goes live all the time. I try to tell or say that she's live, but I can't even say the word. So I always try to show channel support. Simple Arts, well done on hitting 1,000. Congratulations, man. Jeanette Pickering, how are you doing this morning? Good to see you here. Not in the morning here. That's not in the morning though over there, is it? You used to test electrics? Yep, it's got power. Yeah, it's got power. Nope. 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 Yep. Oh, it's somewhere in there. Okay, I thought it was later. You got almost 600. Okay, Dutchy Dutch, that's good. Well, thank you, 12. Thank you, Carolyn 12. Sorry about that. I'm tongue-tied today. I believe in supporting other channels. And you can ask anybody. I go to, countless live streams every day. And, it just, I go to countless live streams, and I should actually start hitting more videos. But I do go to I do go to a bunch of live streams every day. You as a certified electrical safety guy, I know. Yeah, I was too. Yeah. Oh, it's dead, 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 live. Just kidding. There, free music. I know. My grandpa and my dad were all electricians and stuff. Wow, that's shocking. Yeah, yeah. We used to call him Sparky. Well, that's good, Dutchy Dutch. He's subbed to everybody. Well, I'm glad everybody has showed everybody channel love because, like I said, that's what this is all about. It's just channel love. So, you know, you'll find out that, you start showing love to somebody, they'll show it back. And then sooner or later, the whole world is full of love. The 220, yeah, the 220 will jolt you. It'll jolt you right out of your socks. That's funny. They call you Jurassic Spark when you get older. Yeah, that's right. And love you too there, Dutchy Dutch. I don't know. People were saying it's supposed to snow and all this other stuff. I haven't seen any snow. So I don't know. April Fool's joke. I have no idea. But you got snow there, Jeanette? Gene Chambers has got like 5 foot of snow. He was going to hide in white Easter eggs tomorrow or yesterday. He was going to go hide some white Easter eggs. So. Yeah, it won't snow until you get on your motorbike to go home. That's right. It's all Pixie's fault. Well, hopefully you can get into the doctors and have them look. They'll probably send you for, a CAT scan or an MRI to check, see if you got muscle damage or whatever there. You could have a soft tissue bruise too there, Carolyn. And, being your leg, you just had your knee surgery not too long ago, your leg was probably still tender. And, bumping it will actually aggravate it a lot worse. So. Is Pixie the elf on the show? Oh. Pixie is a nice guy. But it's still his fault, isn't it, Jeanette, being she's on holiday? It's his fault. Oh, Rita, good morning. How are you doing today? I seen your comment flashed on the screen. I tell her that all the time there, Rita. Yep, the dancing elf. Huh. Well, that ain't good. Did you finally get a car though, Carolyn? I pretty much know the same thing there, Rita. So, that's right. Look at all the nice people here. Now it's a party. That's funny. Time to wrap up. It's too cold to be out there in that dress. So, gotta make sure you got his underwear. Yeah, you gotta make sure he's got his knickers on. So, yeah, that would be called upskirting it, wouldn't it? Yeah, I know all about that, not getting any sleep stuff. I come out at 4 o'clock this morning and made a pot of coffee and set it to go off at 5. Then I went back in and stretched out in the recliner, and 4:30 come around. I said, "Oh, I rested for a half an hour." The next thing I know, it's at 5. So I better get up. So I sat up straight in the recliner, and I think I sleep better sitting up straight than anything else. The next thing I know, it's 10 after 6. Well, I better get up. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about not getting any sleep. Yeah. Spirit in the sky, how are you doing this morning? Good to see you here. Now it's hard to move around with 4 layers of clothes, isn't it? All you need is a really good pair of Carhartt coveralls and a um, pair of Carhartt insulated coveralls and the jacket, and your shirt and pants underneath it. That would keep you warm. A pair of good, nice, heavy insulated boots keep your feet warm. Had a good Easter. I did have a good Easter. I have like 11-minute video. Um, I took till 2 o'clock this morning to down or upload and put in, but do you think his new bike is sexy there, Rita? I gotta check it out there, Fish. You got a video of it? Go to Faster thing. See. Doo-doo. Huh. Oh, those are some pretty nice motorcycles you got on your videos there. Fast and Fearless. That's fine. You don't have to watch it right now. We had like 26 or 28 people. I really haven't sat down and named everybody yet to put a number with them. So, but there was a lot. So, Okay, Simple Arts. You have a good day too, man. Be careful out there. Don't take any wooden nickels. Sault Ste. Marie and Marquette. Well, that was nice. It's beautiful up there. Not so much in the wintertime, but during the fall it is, or the beginning of the fall. Old Mucker's your biker. Yep, Old Mucker. So, he was on yesterday morning and said he won't be getting on too much in the mornings because it's taking too much of his time, but he will be on at night. So I can't blame him because he's got a web hosting business, and you have to keep up with that. And he's probably been lacking on that a little bit. That's right. Carolyn's got a couple of videos, and they are cool. You all go watch Carolyn's videos. So, they are funny. Let's put it this way: you won't. Well, they're surprising what happens in them. Look forward to Mucker Daily. Yeah. But, it is, I guess it is affecting his business. That 18 seconds probably felt like it was an eternity for you, though, didn't it, Carolyn? Because I remember my first video, I think it was like a minute or something like that, and it just felt like it took forever. I'm not being a spoiler. I'm just telling you it's surprising. That's supposed to get you intrigued to go watch it real quick. Okay, I'll have to go look. 2 minutes and 40 seconds into your test stream. Okay, I will go look at that real quick. Must be on the wrong one there. All right, I understand that, Carolyn. What test are you talking about there, Fearless? I just went to your test live stream, and Um, you have your discussions on your thoughts, and then you have a test stream part 2. But I don't see no test stream part 1. So I don't know where it's at, because I just looked and at 2 minutes and 40 seconds, it's not there. Or are you talking about on your, well, let's go to this other one real quick. Oh, I don't see it there either. Huh. I thought you'd think that was funny. Skipped into the video around 2:40 from the link I sent. Okay. Where'd you send the link to, Fast? You send it to my PM? Let me see. I'll go there, personal messages, see if you have it there. Yeah, at 8 seconds, it's going to take forever to get your hours up. You're right, Sharon. But, okay. I'll go to my messages, man. But you never can tell, Carolyn. If that thing goes viral, you know, you'll get your hours in no time. Okay. Newbie testing live stream. All right. That looks like that's a high-powered bike right there, Fast. Man, you better stay safe on that now. Looks like that thing can move. Nancy, how are you doing this morning? Good to see you here. Oh, I'm doing good. That would be okay there, Carolyn. Yeah, it probably is gas powered there, Rita. If he's eating baked beans, it is. So, my youngest, he had to work yesterday. He works for the pipeline, and they don't consider Easter a holiday or a paid holiday. So they worked, and he had to work till midnight last night, from 6 in the morning till midnight, and he had to be back at 6 o'clock again. So, I don't know. Big Dog Leather, how are you doing this morning? That is funny. They're Fast and Furious. Y'all say good morning to Big Dog Leather. If you're not acquainted with him, go ahead and check out his channel. Give him some channel love. I gotta check what the temperature is, man. Feels a little cold in here. That's 24 degrees. I got pants on. I got sweatpants on. I got everything on. Um, I completely understand that, Rita. Yeah, tables in every room. You're right. Free music. Had them in the garage, the living room, the dining room, and the foyer. Yeah. So, um, I'm gonna get me a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna check the thermostat. 'Cause we had some kids in here yesterday, so I was wondering maybe they might have been playing with the thermostat. It takes a long time for this house to cool down, but it says over here at the window it's 66 degrees, and it's never been that cold, even during when we have a foot of snow out there. It's never been that cold at the window, so that means the heat's not on, or they've turned it down. So no, no, no. That's Pixie that's got a skirt on. We used to do that too. We were going yeah, no skirts to the. Good morning, Charles. How are you doing? I'm gonna get me some more coffee, and I'm gonna run in the living room real quick and check the um, thermostat, make sure they didn't turn it down. So, and it's easy to do. It's one of them electronic ones. All you gotta do is push buttons. So. Hmm. Just give me a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, like I thought. Sure to smash the like button for our host. I'm sorry about that. I am back. Like I thought. Um, they just, everyone just noticed it was starting to get cool in here, and it's 66 degrees in here, and some people like it that way, but we keep it normally 72 degrees in the house year round. That way you don't get sick as much. It's 72 during the summer, 72 during the winter. Your house never changes. So yeah, somebody's been playing with a thermostat. So. Both my kneecaps are killing me too today. Must be gonna rain again or something. That's right. Click the live chat and don't miss out on the insane action. So. Not too many people here today. They must still be suffering from the Easter food coma blues or whatever, or sleeping it off or hibernating from yesterday's meal. So, which is fine. It's okay, man. It's good. Good. Everybody needs a break sometime. No. Haven't seen my brother yet, so he's probably still sleeping. And or he's probably in another channel, So. You love turning buttons and dials. There you go. That little coffee maker, that 30 cup automatic, or that percolator that I bought, I'm telling you something. That gets coffee so damn hot. It started to melt a styrofoam cup. I had to actually unplug it, and let it cool down for a little bit because it was so hot. They couldn't drink it. Poured it into a cup, and it was actually making the coffee cup sag. It got so hot. Well, thank you, Spirit. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, we have a variety of people, and it's fun. So, and the house didn't suffer any damage. Usually when you get a lot of people in there, stuff happens. No, and it didn't get ruined either. There wasn't very little cleaning had to be done. So just sweep the floors from the little kids and stuff, and everybody helped. They put up the tables, and got the dishes all done. There's a few dishes I still have left to do. I got a couple of crock pots or a crock pot to do, and a couple of pans, but I'm going to do those after the stream, and I'll make me some breakfast after that. I really trying to prolong eating for as long as possible. Yeah, it's always a good thing when your house survives. I've been to some family get-togethers where things get broke, and that's not fun. When that happens, things get broken. Then it's the last time you go there because it's the last time they have them there. I have crock pot liners, and those are nice. But all I cooked in it was ham, so and it had water in it, so that's no big deal to wash. So even with that liners put in it, I would still wash it, so it's no big deal. But I do have some of them liners, and they do work good. I also use liners every once in a while if I'm out of the bags storage bags that I showed you I got from Dollar Tree. I'll use those liners for I have holders on alongside the stove, little cups or whatever that you put your utensils in. So when you need them, you have them. And I'll put them bags over the top of the utensils, so you don't get no grease splatter on them or anything like that. So they stay clean and keeps the grease off them or dust or whatever. So you just reach up underneath the bag and pull your little spatula out. And I'll put those soap pot liners on top of to cover those for if I'm out of them little bag things. So they usually last about a week or two, then you take them off, you put a new one on. So that's not too bad. You won't cook water without them? Does that mean you can't boil water there, Rita, without burning it? I'm just asking. Inquiring minds want to know. I know a lot of people use them, and I think they are good. But I've seen people use them and then put a spoon in there and then rip the plastic right out, the liner right out, and then serve the liner with part of the food on. Well, wait a minute, what are you doing? It's because they use a metal spoon or a sharp metal spoon, and they'll dig it out. And so if you use a plastic spoon in them, they work great. I've seen people dig out, the plastic, put it on their plate, and then they start to take a bite, and what is that? Well, that's the liner because you sit there and tug at it with with a metal spoon. You don't dig at it. You slide your spoon along the side of it, or along it. You don't dig your edge into your spoon into it. But after a person does that a couple of times, they get the understanding. Hey, maybe I shouldn't do that stuff. Do, 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 do. Hopefully everybody had a good um, Easter yesterday. I hope everybody did. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it, but I have to go and I'm doing up to 8 tablets now, once a week. You're talking about that Metroplex or whatever that stuff is called. Um, I'm doing 8 tablets a week, and then they want to give me an embryo injection. So, and I do that embryo injection because they wanted to put me on another one, but my insurance wouldn't cover it, another pill. So I don't know. I just thought that with that embryo injection, we'll see how that works. But hopefully that'll work good. If it does, it does. If it don't, it don't. So. Let me go back into here. That's a good thing about this Hangouts because you can go cruise around and see what's going on. It is starting to work. Um, but there's no noticeable difference yet, Spirit in the Sky. I still am in pain, and the swelling is going down a little bit, but I'm still in pain. I know I have a little bit of more range of motion in my hands, but they still hurt. You know, and that's probably what's. It's always going to be that way. It's still going. It's always going to still hurt. You know, so. But we'll find out after I have this injection. They're supposed to be sending me paperwork for it so I can get it done. But, you know, it is what it is. But I had an injection in the shoulder the other day, cortisone, and that worked for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, but now it's starting to hurt again. So, you know, new from Idaho Hillbilly, new babies on the homestead. Just for another video out. That's it. Everybody support each other. You know, go in there and show channel love to everybody. Yeah, I have so many hats. It's pathetic. Oh. Well, what it is a lot of it's rheumatoid arthritis and a lot of psoriatic arthritis and migratory arthritis and all the other arthritis that comes with it. So. Right, it'll knock your immune system out, and that's what the killer is, man. So. Yeah, it didn't last very long. The one they did in my hip only lasted about 23 hours. Um, the next afternoon, I sat down, and when I sat down, I could actually feel my hip displace, and then I could feel it actually coming right out of the joint. So, and that was, I think, about $1,900 to have that done. So, yeah, makes you really want to go back in. I think they had to do some warranty work. Everybody else has to do warranty work. How come the doctors don't have to? Down Seeking Earth, good morning. How are you doing this morning? Good to see you here. Yes, I had a good day yesterday. I had a lot of people here. Much love to you too. What's your dog? Yeah. Yeah, you can dog me or whatever, but channel love is channel love, man. Everybody shows somebody channel love. So. Hopefully your Easter was good. Hope so. Lots of family and lots of food. So. Still lots of food. K-Dog. K-Dog. Good morning, K-Puppy. How are you doing? I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully you're feeling better today. cotton candy and snacking, yeah. You need to take better care of yourself there, K-Puppy. Yeah, we're going to have leftovers probably 3 or 4 days at least. And whatever's left over will probably either go in the freezer or in the garbage. So, well, hopefully, Spirit in the Sky, you'll be able to do some shortly. Oh. Yeah, be glad you have. Yeah, we got a lot of leftovers, man. I'm telling you. I almost made a couple of turkeys because I didn't think it was going to be enough. I'm glad I didn't. Mr. Dutchy Dutch, you are back. Glad to see you back. Where'd you go? Was you out showing channel love to people? I hope so. You're speeding your fat face. Well, you know, everybody has to eat sooner or later. Okay, well, I'm glad you're doing better there, K-Puppy. Yes, I did, Ken. I had a good Easter. Did you have a good Easter, I hope? We had, I don't know, 26 to 28 people here yesterday, so I really got to sit down and put them all on a list, and so I know how many people was actually here. So. I was on a panel the other day with K-Puppy. That was pretty neat. That was Green Bay Wackies, I believe, yeah. One of those ones in the middle of the night. I'm sure he can do you a favor there, Demma. Or Dem, seeking, or Mama. I keep putting in the Dem in with Mama, so. Well, that's good. That's good. Ken, at least you know you had some fun. I sorry to hear about the food poisoning. So. Yeah, I would never say Doma. New from Harry Fuzzler, Pickerick is live. Tell him Big H sent ya. That's I got Pickerick's running right now on my another tab. So. He has Homestead Tessie, and he had Coping on there. I don't know if she's still on there or not. I got Homestead Tessie on it right now. So. That's another way I just showing channel love. I may not be there, but at least I'm you know, giving him some lunch time. There you go. Yep, Puerto Rico is a decent guy. So, I'm gonna have to watch it. You said that yesterday. I need to get in there and watch that, Rita. So I'll have to bookmark your channel so I don't get rid of it, or not get rid of it, so I don't close it out. So I can go in and watch that after I'm done. That's right, Family Fun Day. And I haven't watched your haul time Walmart grocery haul. I gotta watch that one too. And I gotta watch a few of them. Well, you've been busy, Rita. I just rang your bell there, Rita. I know you like your bell ring, Rita. I ring your bell, Rita. That over here is a corner cabinet, or glass hutch. Got all sorts of bisque dolls and stuff in it. You see that black thing right there in the window? That's where I was telling you where I get my temperature from, and it's let's see what it is now. It's 69 at the window now. It's went up 3 degrees. And then those are the oil lamps. This is all a coffee room. Everything in here is, except for that china hutch, it has to do with coffee. You're welcome. Well, that's nice, Dutchy Dutch. I'm glad it's nice over there. I bet you do like your bell rung, Rita. And you know what she's doing now, don't you? Ring my bell, ring my bell. So. I did a live stream last night from 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, around 8:45, man, I was feeling, man, I can't do it any longer. I got, 9 o'clock, I'm calling it a night. So 9 o'clock was done. Well, I'm going to edit this video, or, upload this video. Won't take long. 2 o'clock in the morning, it finally uploads and processes, and I finally get it, done. So thank you, high-speed internet and download, upload speed. So, yeah. Take 5 hours almost to upload 11-minute video. Something's got to be wrong there. That's right. Rita says, you got it, Doug. So. But this room right here, like I said, everything in it's mostly coffee stuff. I got over on here, this side, there's a sign that says Java Junkie. I drink coffee for your protection. Then there's a coffee clock over here above the door, and dark roast dining coffee and mellow cup coffee, and always kiss me good morning. Coffee's on. I got a plaque there and a house blend. And, um, I don't know, all the coffee cups and the coffee mitts right there, you know, for the hot pads. Then that right there, that is a wire pitcher of coffee pots. Then this one right here is coffee pitcher. So, my wife's a coffee fanatic, so you know. Mother Nature is confusing over here. It was 60 degrees. Now it's like 36. I'm confused if it's spring or winter. You're right. It's 23 degrees here now, but it's supposed to be 52 today. So hopefully we're going into the spring. I do too. I put a lot of work into this room. It's only, I think, 11 by 10, something like that. But I put all I put the chair rail in, I put the trim up, I put all the wainscot in, and I put all the mop board on, the new flooring. My wife painted the room, and I put in, I don't know if you can see it, that is the light. It's a double light. And did a popcorn ceiling in here, and all the trim work. It took me, because I did it all myself, and I did it after work and everything, and I did it before we moved in, and everything was painted and then put in, and it took me about 3.5 weeks to do this room. But when you walked in this room, it looked like somebody spent months in here, you know, working on it. So it does need to be, the trim needs to be repainted because, you know, grandkids wiping their hands on it and stuff. So I got to repaint the trim. I got some trim that's peeling. So, but we can only do that when there's no kids around. So when summertime, if he goes on vacation, he can watch, you know, his kids, and then my wife and me will probably come in here and paint. So it is a nice room. I'll probably end up taking all the trim down and repainting it and putting the trim back up. That's probably going to be the easiest. You know, take all the trim, all the small fancy trim off, and then repainting it and then putting it back up. And then once I do that, you know, the bigger trim, we'll have to tape off everything and paint. But probably paint the room first and then do the trim, and then, you know, take the little trim off and then paint the room, and then do the bigger trim, paint that, and then I'll paint the small trim and put it all back up. And if I happen, I don't, you know, I might just take the small trim off and make new trim because it's not that expensive. Most of it is just quarter round, and you know, I've got the miter box and everything. I could just take it all out and make new trim, quarter round or flat stock. That's what I got on here. I got quarter round and flat stock, and I could just completely make all new trim and put it up, you know. So. Do I think there's another Earth? What I think, Hazelnut, is there is got to be more than just us, because there are 100 billion stars in our solar system, okay? And then there's 100 billion solar systems at least out there, with 100 billion stars in each one of them. So that's a number that's almost incalculable, you know, to even fathom. Now, if you think that there's only one place where there's life, the odds of that being only one place out of all them stars that there's life is um, pretty low. Um, you have a better chance of winning the lottery and not buying a ticket than there is a chance that we are the only life that's out there, life form. I'm not saying like us, but I'm saying life form. Okay. So, like I said, you'll have a better chance of winning the lottery without buying a ticket than finding out there's no other life forms out there. So, and like Dem says, definitely other life. You're right. Denise, how are you doing today? Good morning. Good to see you here. You guys aren't acquainted with Denise Orvilla? Show her some channel love. Let's see. Denise has 1,172 channel followers. So go ahead and show her some channel love. All right, Rita, you have a good day. You know what I find out what really helps me at my back and stuff, Rita? Honest to God. I go in and I turn the shower on as hot as I can stand it. And I have a shower chair in the tub. But I turn around and I put my hands on the top of that shower chair and I lean over just a little bit and I let that hot water run on me. And I just, as hot as I can stand it. And I'll let it run on me for 10 minutes. And while I'm doing that, I back and forth like this and, and start stretching out your muscles. And if you're having back problems, I don't know if that will help you or not, but it does help me. And it helps me with my arthritis. Because I find out if I put my, when I do dishes and stuff and I use really hot water, after I get done with the dishes, my hands don't hurt so bad. But when they start to cool down, then that's when the arthritis starts to act up again. But if you get arthritis in your back and stuff, you take a nice hot shower, as hot as you can stand it for as long as you can, and then get dried off, get dressed, and then go lay down, and let that heat relax your body, and you'll probably get some sleep. I used to do it in the bathtub, down when I was working for the garbage company, and every day I'd come home, man, my body was just aching. I would fill the tub with hot water, and as much as, not as hot as I could stand it, but I'd fill the tub with some hot water. I would sit in the tub, and then I would turn the hot water on, and I would heat myself up with the hot water. Because you'd be surprised at how hot you can actually get the water when you're in it compared to what you can do when you just first step into it. Because when you get your body acclimated to the heat, it doesn't bother you so much. So I would heat up the water, while I'm in there as much as possible. Good morning, Yankee Living. And I would sit in there sometimes 2-3 hours. My wife would come in and, I would actually fall asleep sitting in the tub with the hot water just soaking. And I if I fell asleep and woke up and the water was cold, I'd drain some of it and I'd turn the hot water on again. And that was my daily regimen because it would just beat the living heck right out of me. So. But that's what I would do, Rita, if I was you. If it was me, I don't know what your condition is or whatever, but when my back hurts so bad, so that's what I do. And I immediately, after I get dried off and dressed, and Normally, I just put on a shirt and a pair of shorts, and I go in and then I lay down and try to relax. I'll even cover up to keep the heat in my body, and that way you don't cool off too quick, and you can actually rest for a while. Yeah, it does help. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but I'm telling you what works for me. So, and that's the only thing I can tell you. What works for me, um, it might not work for you, but if it does, I'm glad I helped you. So, let's see. You can see how big the arthritis is on that finger. That is, see how big that is. That is that rheumatoid arthritis right in there. Then I have it in the wrist. I have it right there on that wrist, and it is it's it is debilitating. So you do whatever you can do to get you through the day. Do you think that TV can be invented like a hologram light? I am pretty sure that they can. In the next 20 to 50 years, there'll be interactive TV where you can interact with a program or whatever, a game show or something like that that's already aired. If you think not, they're already starting to do it with live streams. They're bringing the live streams to you with the live chat and everything. So you can actually interact by putting your chat in with the chat room, or not actually in the chat room, but you can actually chat and comment right with that live stream, even though it's already been taped or it's already been processed. So yeah, but that's what I do there. Charles and Rita, hot tub, or I use the shower. I'd use the tub, but I can't. I have grab bars and everything else, but if I sat down in the tub, you'd I would be like Bama Grits, and they'd have to call the fire department to get me out of it. So, by the way, has anybody seen Bama Grits this morning? I'm sorry to hear that, Dem. I know exactly what he's going through, and I feel so sorry for him because he's so young. Juvenile arthritis is really bad. I don't think they're going to have either one. They're not going to be programmed to have compassion or common sense. It's logical thinking, and that's the only thing they're going to be there for. So, and you can already see that now by the robots they have now. They don't show compassion or fear or anything like that. It's logical thinking. So, and what I think is there should never be a point in time where anything mechanical is in charge of anything human. Okay? Like these cars. They got these cars in them, uh, automatic cars, autonomous cars. One just killed a person in Arizona. Now, and there was a guy inside the car behind the steering wheel, but he wasn't driving. He could have hit the brakes, but he wasn't paying attention. If he'd have been paying attention, that person would have been alive. But when you have a machine that only uses logic and parameters, It doesn't think outside the box. So when it's not thinking outside the box, it's not thinking about, oh, that person might run out in front of me. I better slow down and watch. No, because it still goes 35 mile an hour. It's not thinking that that person's going to walk out in front of them. So they're not hovering like a human would with the foot over the brake. That's why I think there should never, ever, ever be any way that anything mechanical should be in charge of anything that's living. There should always be somebody there to flip a switch, to turn it off, to turn it on, to watch it. And that goes for, electrical power grids and all that other stuff. These things are mostly all computer controlled. They got a guy in the control room that's eating jelly donuts and drinking coffee and doesn't know a thing about the system. He don't even know how to shut it off half the time. And that's wrong. He's just there to monitor numbers and stuff. They should have somebody there that, and if he is there, he's not authorized to shut it off. He doesn't have the access code to do it. And that's wrong. There should be somebody there at every place where there's anything that has to do with some machine watching over a human life. There should be somebody there to take care of that, to actually intervene if it had to. I know you're not the Terminator. You're right. People are destroying themselves there, Charles. I still love the 80s. Too many jobs will be taken in advanced technology. And what they'll say, well, we'll replace those jobs with people doing technical jobs, because somebody has to fix machines. No, because sooner or later they're going to find a machine to fix a machine. And then you're going to be out of a job. And then, there's going to be billions of people roaming the earth that don't have no money because there's no jobs for them. So. You're right. Some things are not meant for us to know. If we are meant to know them, we would have known them by now. Well, we do know. We have advanced civilizations have been here for thousands of years. They've showed up. They've come here. There's pictographs, there's pictures, there's cave drawings of everything. Even in the pharaoh's tombs, in the pyramids, they got pictures of flying discs and stuff. They've seen all this stuff thousands of years ago. And yet, us as an advanced technology now, we are saying no. Well, if they've seen it, how come, they've seen it, but we don't see it now? It's because we're led to believe that nothing happens like that. So. All right. If they had their choice, we'd be down to 500 million worldwide depopulation. It's on that Georgia headstones right there. They want to get the population down to 500 million. And the people that want to get it down to 500 million are the rich people. They want to get it down to 500 million, and there'd be like 1 million of the rich people, and then 500, and then 499 million servants. That's about the extent of it. You'd be a servant. So. I come across a channel the other day. I can't remember the name of it. Let me go into my homepage real quick and see if it's there. But it had to do with Sasquatch. Okay, a lot of people say, no, Sasquatch isn't alive. Well, this guy found a news article from 1962 where there had been a big storm, and Let me look. There was a big storm and blew down a bunch of trees. And while these guys were out cleaning the trees up, they found uh, they found what they claimed to be a dead animal underneath the tree. And when they had to call the wild fish and wildlife game there, because they said, you know, any animal that was killed, they had to be notified. And they claimed this thing was 8 foot long, weighed about 500 pounds, and when they rolled it over, it looked like Bigfoot evidence. I think that's what it is. It looks like, you know, it looked like a human being in the face that had hands and feet. And as soon as they rolled it over, the eyes were open, and there was blood and coming from the ears and the nose, dried up blood. So the Fish and Game sent the people away and said, well, you know, after they loaded it up, they used a block and tackle and a tree to lift it up and put it in the back of a flatbed pickup. Then the Fish and Game said, hey, we need you guys to all go over to this area and check out this area. And this guy said after they had loaded that up, they could still smell the foul smell, so they knew there was more of them dead in the area. So, and the Fish and Game was out there looking for them. So you figure it out. And back in 1893, there was nothing. Technically, there was nothing flying other than hot air balloons, if I'm correct. 1893. In the state of Texas, a long cylinder-shaped metallic object flying through the sky with flames and smoke coming from it hits a windmill, crashes, and hits a barn at the same time. It causes a lot of damage. And it happened to be a judge's house it hit. Well, then they went there and investigated it, and they found some people that weren't didn't look like normal people. They were only like 3 feet tall, and they were deceased, and they buried them in the cemetery. So this is 120 some years ago. They wrote a story in the newspaper about it, and it wasn't the first story, because this thing had been seen crossing the United States for several days, and they had different you know, articles in different newspapers about it. So, you know, that goes to say, you know, people think we're not alone. We're not alone. So there's lots of stuff we don't know about. So it's called Bigfoot evidence, I believe. Yeah, Bigfoot evidence. I'm checking to make sure that's the one that was it. Because that's the only one that's popping up right now. It might not even be that. It could be Sasquatch something. But that's a channel named Bigfoot Evidence. Let me see real quick if this is one or not. But okay, this isn't it. Let me see. This isn't the one I was talking about, but let me see. Sasquatch. Okay, here it is. Mountain Beast Mysteries. That's the name of the channel. Mountain Beast Mysteries. The guy's got a bunch of compelling stuff in that Mountain Beast Mysteries. So if you guys are interested in Sasquatch or Bigfoot or something like that, Mountain Beast Mysteries, yeah. And let's see, I'll tell you what it is. The guy has 21,000 subscribers, or channel followers. The part that I watch is Bigfoot Recovery Part 1, and then there's Bigfoot Recovery Part 2, and Bigfoot Recovery Part 3. So, and he basically reading a letter from back in the 1960s that this guy wrote to the newspaper about they finding this animal. So, Mountain Beast Mysteries, yeah. And as far as that, the UFO, like I was saying, just check the internet. Check the internet for UFO crashes in Texas, 1890s, and that should pop up. These are actually articles, newspaper articles, and there's they did a thing about it, UFO aliens or whatever, and they went to the cemetery, and the grave was an unmarked grave, and the cemetery will not release where that supposedly is buried at. So fearing that somebody will come dig it up. So yeah, it does have a bunch of interesting. If you guys are into that, Bigfoot and stuff like that, that is an interesting channel. If you rotate, the Machu Picchu mountain is shaped like a red Indian. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, Mucker just went live and he said, "Don't anybody up and join. I'm testing something." I'm always interested in learning. I like watching that kind of stuff because people say, "Oh, well, we'd have found him by now." Well, maybe we have found him, and maybe nobody's releasing it. And for another, Patrick, how are you doing? For another thing, if something really wants to stay hidden, they'll stay hidden. And for another thing, they find 30,000 different species every year of animals they didn't know existed. So, and if Sasquatch or Bigfoot is real, don't you think he's smart enough to avoid traps and stuff like that? He's been doing it the Indians have seen him for hundreds of years. Daniel Boone wrote about him, or Davy Crockett wrote about him in the hills of Kentucky about the wild man, the big wild man. Lewis and Clark wrote about him, seeing him. So, and these are famous people. Let's see, I think Teddy Roosevelt or Franklin Roosevelt, I think Teddy Roosevelt wrote about wanting to put going out and hunting the sheep goat, or the sheep goat or whatever that is. The sheep man, which is another basic play on the Bigfoot. That was one of his things to-do list. Good morning, Kevin. Glad to see you're here. Just waking up, are you? Mermaids probably don't exist. A lot of people have footage of mermaids or whatever, but that's often shown from a long distance away. So that's right. He's big for the world champion of hide and seek, #1. That's right. Oh. And I tell you what, he gets damn tired of being compared to Michelle Obama too. Uh, that's what I've heard. So I think Bigfoot's much better looking and not as nasty as Michelle Obama. But that's just me. So are you eating carrot cake and drinking a cup of coffee, Kevin? Hmm. I've been up 3 times waiting for my lovely wife to serve me a cup of coffee. Thanks, honey. I know, Charles. I'd be offended too if I get compared to Michelle Obama. Nate taking stuff. That's why your rabbit's foot is big. That's why it's called Bigfoot. Kidding. I must have missed something here. Well, you look at the dollar bill. It's got the pyramid in it. It's got the eye for seeing everything. You know, there's a bunch of different messages in the dollar bill. It may not be a logo, but it's there was a reason why the Washington D.C. was designed the way it was, and that's because of the Freemasons. You got a cat, it's got big feet. You call it Yeti. Then you got that badass of a cat called Bear. Yep, there's videos on it. You're right. Is your wife working, Kevin? I showed Kevin how to get on Google Hangouts yesterday. I told him it's not that hard. You just step by step on it. So when he gets his wife's computer where he can get in and on it, then he's gonna start doing live streams. I thought, well, that's nice, and I can invite you up and everything. We can have actually a conversation. Huh? That's right. Subliminal messages there. Roadkill on the freeway. One conclusion must be Sasquatch. Nah, Must be bad timing crossing the road. That's what it is. George Bush did was put his wife's picture on the dollar bill. Yeah, yeah. That's George Washington. That is not Mrs. Bush. Sorry. Laugh all out bad time. That's how roadkill is. Bad timing. Oh, we're gonna have coffee and sake and cookies and tacos and apples and pears and oranges. See, I always thought that little white jug there was milk in a glass, but it's not. It's sake. So Dem's gonna get us all drunk. That's a big negatory Ghost Rider. Pizza and burgers and fries. No, what? No hot dogs? Hmm. There you go. Thanks, John. The breakfast of champions, right there. Hot dogs. If you guys aren't affiliated with Nate Tech and other stuff, go ahead and check his channel out. And if you guys have questions, and Nick's got the time, PM him, and he can help you with some technical stuff. Probably, I'm sure. Or he can help you set up some stuff. I don't know. Maybe he might, maybe he won't, but I'm sure he doesn't hurt to ask. UFO confirmed. There you go. You're right. They can do that to Hulk Hogan. Why can't they do it to everything else? Hulk Hogan never worked for the WWE. You won't see him there. You don't see him none of his videos, none of that stuff. So they're just like Chris Benoit. They don't show him either. So even though Hulk Hogan didn't do anything like Chris Benoit did, but the only thing Hulk Hogan did is he wouldn't let them use him no more. So. Yeah, you never see. He's not in the Hall of Fame or nothing. They're not going to put him in the Hall of Fame. Chris Benoit's the same way. Chris Benoit killed his wife and his son and then hung himself, and they're not going to do that. But feels like touching Hulk. That might get your arm broke there, brother. Touching his mustache. Yeah. So I think it's a hot dog. Oh. Yeah. So he had a falling out with WWE over, you know, um, his merchandise. They weren't paying him like they were supposed to. Yeah. So I highly doubt that, unless they've made amends, because he was suing them last time I knew, and not for just pennies either, millions and millions of dollars. So um, that's good, Nate. See, like I told you, you know, if you guys got any technical stuff and you need some help with it, you know, Nate can probably help you. If he can't help you, then he can probably steer you in the right direction to get some help from somebody. But you know, it doesn't hurt to ask. Brings up what the bringing him back. That might be maybe for WrestleMania or something like that. But I'm sure they're paying. I'm sure they're paying big to have him. Yeah. No, no. And I'll tell you something, you guys. You guys, I don't know if you've ever been to these wrestling matches, but when they say the guy is 6'11" and 300 pounds, don't believe them, because I am 6 foot tall and I was less than 15 feet, 20 feet from Kane in The Undertaker when they come walking down the aisle one day, and they're just a couple inches taller than me. They're 6'3", maybe 6'4". They're not 6'11" or 6'10". They're only a couple inches taller than me. So um, I had my son with me, my youngest, because he's into wrestling, and we went there, and he said, "Dad, they're not that big like they say they are." You know, I said, "No, they're not. Everything's hyped up. They're not 6'11". They're 6'10". But if you stand next to them, you're 6 foot tall, and you stand next to somebody that's 6'3" or 6'4", you can easily tell they're not 6'10". You know, but to somebody that's shorter, 5'5", 5'7", or something like that, when you see somebody that's that much taller than you, you automatically think that they are 6'10", 6'11", but they're not. I do remember something like that, but I don't remember where it happened. But it did. I think TMZ or something like that broke it or whatever, broke the news on it. They actually had the recording or whatever. If you want to find out what's really going on, watch TMZ, because them guys get all the dirt on everybody, man, on all the celebrities. Give me a hell yeah. Yeah, like Steve Austin. You know, yeah. I think he's 5'11". He's not 6'3" or 6'5" like they say. But, I believe so. Yes, Charles. Stewie is from the family. Yeah, Stewie's from the Family Guy. I'm talking about Steve Austin. Hell yeah. Isn't that funny? Went from Bigfoot to aliens, back to Bigfoot. Now we're at WWE. Yep, you're right. They did that to the Ultimate Warrior, and him and Kevin Nash never got along, and Diesel, and the Ultimate Warrior finally put it out there. You know, he told Diesel, you shut your mouth, or I'm going to come over and shut it for you. And as sick as the Ultimate Warrior was, he stuck to his his beliefs. Uh, Diesel was running his, I guess Kevin Nash was running his mouth actually out in public and calling the Ultimate Warrior a bunch of derogatory statements, or saying a bunch of derogatory statements about him and his wife, and his lifestyle and all this other. And the Ultimate Warrior didn't like that. He ended up, I think he died of leukemia or something like that. But yeah, Macho Man hated Hogan. The RKO. Yeah. Huh. Do you guys watch wrestling? I watch wrestling every Monday and Tuesday night. Last night was WrestleMania, wasn't it? Or is it this Sunday coming up? Maybe it's this Sunday coming up. I don't know. But I think last night was, I ain't for sure. Andre the Giant actually was 7'3", I think, or 7'4". But they did a lot of interviews with Andre the Giant, and you know, he could sit down and drink, you know, and drink. I mean, he could drink cases of alcohol and not get drunk. So it still happens. He's on every Monday night. He's on. He's a manager for WWE on Monday, and when he comes out, they chant "You suck," but he embraces it. So then a few weeks, I didn't know if it was this week, next week, or the week after, whatever. So, but you can get WrestleMania on the WWE channel for like $10 a month, which I think is a good deal if you want to watch that stuff and pay for it. But my son used to like watching the pay-per-views, and my mother-in-law did too. And we'd spend 30, 40, $50 to watch them, and they weren't worth it, you know. Mike Tyson. I watched Mike Tyson. Spent $50 for a pay-per-view, and in 30 seconds in the first round, he kicked the guy's hiney in. You think that was worth $50? I didn't think so. I called the cable company up and said I want my money back. You know, all that hype for nothing. $50. So, and they told me, you're not the only one. They got thousands of phone calls stating they want their money back because it was built up to be the fight of the century, and what it was a 12th grader beating up a kindergartner. So, oh yeah, they all get along. So, yeah, I hated Tyson too. No, I actually wanted the reason why I watched it was to watch Tyson lose, and you know they give this guy so much hype, that he was going to do it and all this other stuff, and he was the baddest man on the planet, and there's no way Tyson could keep up with him. You know, this guy had a glass chin from the day he was born. I don't know. I have no idea if martial arts will work on a wrestling challenge. No. All it is entertainment, and I find it amusing to see how these guys can do all these acrobatic, stunts, in the middle of the ring, up in the air, and land on their back. I realize that mat is got some cushion on it, but it's still got to, be, a little bit hard because they're walking on it. So, and you know, I do believe, some of the stuff it's got to hurt. I mean, if you slap you with a folding chair, wouldn't you think it'd hurt? So, I think it would. Uh, a little known fact: Bruce Lee once knocked himself out with a pair of nunchucks. I don't know if you knew that or not. Right. I'm right now. I was just measured. Uh, when I was measured for the service back in 1980, whatever the hell it was 6'3", and now I am 5'11" and a half. So I've lost 3.5 inches of height, and that's naturally done to compression of your bones. So yeah, Bruce Lee was a real talent. Yeah, but a lot of people's knocked themselves out with nunchucks. Well, yeah, that's right. When all the money. Yeah. All you need to do is go to Washington, D.C., cruise around, find Michelle Obama. That's the closest you're going to get to Bigfoot without actually going into the woods to get one. Bigfoot versus Triple H. That's funny. Yeah. It's just people don't believe it, but it's gravity and the natural compression of your joints. You'll lose that much height. Me and my wife are 5'8", and our boy is 6'8". Junkyard, junkyard, junkyard. Can you hear me? Hey, junkyard. How tall was a mailman? Just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. Nate, I get mistaken for a leprechaun sometimes. You're funny. 6'8", that's pretty tall, man. When you're 6'8" and you see somebody that says they're 7 foot tall, and you look at them and you know damn well they're not 7 foot tall. Daughter's 5'10". Well, you got some tall kids, man. Your parents or grandparents or great grandparents, were they tall? Yeah, Ducky had to go through the door. Small YouTuber Army, how are you doing today? Good to see you here. Guys aren't acquainted with Small YouTuber Army, check out their channel. It's something you are interested in. Show her some channel love. I show him some channel love. And that's 153. Oh, how you streamed 5 hours ago? All right. Well, I didn't. I'll put you on the bell. See what we got. Join me in the barracks for chat. So, He had a live stream 5 hours ago. That's his own content. That was, well, it was 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Let me see. Are you on cam or just, well, let you on a little bit of advice there, small YouTuber army. You got to start doing some live streams. You have to actually put yourself on the camera so people can see you, and you'll get a lot more people coming in to watch you and stuff. Just trying to give you a little helpful advice. People want to see you when you do a live stream. They don't want to. Not saying they don't want to, but they find it more relaxing and more. They find it better if they can actually see the person they're talking to. I'll check that out a little later. I'm afraid I'm going to shrink down and get wider. As long as you can still fit through the door, that'll be okay. 60 by 30, yeah. I remember the old Superman version too. Gambling Joker, how are you doing this morning? Good to see you here. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman, yep. Why'd you take your video down, Charles? I have one I put up yesterday. I didn't put it up. It was me and my brother. I said, do not join. We're just doing a test. And it was only like a minute and a half long. I got 35 people to look at it, so that all counts. 35 people times a minute and a half, that's, 45 minutes of watch time. So. Yeah. Well, in most cases, I think the standard door is 32 inch. But you can't get an appliance through half the time through a 32-inch door. So a lot of people have 36-inch doors. Well, you should still leave it on there, Charles. Okay, free music, man. I'm glad to see you here. Have a great day. Keep on rocking, man. It varies, yeah. Some 28, 30, 32, and 36. It depends on, to get appliances through. Sometimes you need a 36-inch door. 32-inch door sometimes will work, but it can be tight. So sometimes you have to take handles and stuff like that off, or take doorknobs off, or take the door actually off the hinges in order to get that stuff through. So I don't know why anybody wouldn't just go the extra distance and put a 34-inch door in, or a 36-inch door in, so they could actually get appliances in. Yeah, for new construction, they have to be 36 inches. See, the side door I have is a 32-inch door, and my front door is a 36-inch door. But my kitchen is between the front door and the side door. But the counter, if you've seen the counter in my video yesterday, goes out and around, and you cannot get enough plants around the counter between the counter and the cupboards. So you have to bring all appliances through the front door, walking through the dining room, through the living room, the dining room, and into the kitchen in order to put them into the kitchen. Well, that's pretty neat. Nate, 72 by 36 sliding barn door. That's pretty neat. Never been to McDonald's because of Ronald McDonald? I don't blame you. Good morning, Mark. How are you doing today? Good to see you here. Nice to have you. I have to use the little boy's room and get a cup of coffee, and I'll be right back. Drone King, extra large gaming. How are you doing? You guys aren't acquainted with Drone King XL gaming? Check out his channel. If it's something you're interested in, show him some channel love, and I'm sure he'll show it back to you. You have 38. He has one video, drone footage of my house and neighborhood, special effects. Okay, I showed you some channel love there, Drone King. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. sorry about that. Back. I made another pot of coffee while I was there. Yeah, some people are better than others at stuff. What's that, honey? That's why they made them 36-inch openings. What do you mean? You don't want anybody to know that you're my honey. Are you even on?
Huh?
Are you even on? I haven't even seen you log in.
No.
Oh, she's just watching, huh? You're a lurker?
I'm being a lurker. I went and watched Marcus video. I'm like,
Oh, that's how it is. She won't watch me, but she's watching Mucker.
wait.
Oh, what? I wait for what? Nate, how is Mrs. Iron Dog? She's doing good. She's really doing good. She's beautiful as ever. Yes, she is. I fell asleep. I passed out last night. Actually, I went in there and put my feet up, and it looked like I had an orange underneath my skin around my ankle. My leg was puffed up in just one spot. It looked like an orange sitting underneath there. That's how big it was, and it was just water. So I ended up having to put on my compression socks, and to get the swelling to go down. And I called her in there to show it to her, so she's seen it, and then put on my compression socks, and then I come out and I did this video, and finally got it downloaded or uploaded at 2 o'clock this morning. Right? So, but she's doing good. Love her to death, Mrs. Iron Dog. There she is, the ever-loving Mrs. Iron Dog. Mom and Dad was a charter member of the Choctaw Electric. Well, that's good. Shit, when I was a kid, we were so poor, we had to share light bulbs. So we'd take one light bulb in from one room, carry it into the other room. Turn it on, you got down there, twist it out, take it to the other room. That's how we shared electricity in our room, in our house. Shared the light bulb. Just kidding. No. He hasn't done one for 2 or 3 weeks. I talked to him the other day, and he said, I won't go into too much detail, but he was going to do a live stream, announced it and everything else, and somebody else did a live stream that they usually, let one do the other one, do a live stream, and then the other one gets off and the other one starts. Well, one started the live stream when Doing It Cheap was supposed to be doing his live stream. So he said, to hell with it, he ain't doing live streams no more, not for a while. So because I said something, I mentioned to him, I haven't seen you doing a live stream in a while, and he wrote me back and told me the story on it, or the gist on it. So I said, oh, Okay. Sorry to hear that. Just a second, I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere. I just got to shut the microphone off. I'm back. I just had to talk to Mrs. Doug for a second. Some family business. It is family business. Remember, Kevin said, "You coming down, Mama Dog, to get some cake?" He said, "You buy the gas to come down. He'll pay for the gas for you to get home." That's funny. Nah, we're not coming down. Maybe in a few weeks we'll come down. So. Okay, Drone King, that's good. That's all I can ask is you show channel love to everybody. If somebody shows it to you, show it back. Well, you don't really have to, but I never. If I show you channel love, I don't expect you to show it back. I have twice as many people that I show channel love to that I have on my list, but that's me. Some people ask for it back. I don't. I just say, if maybe they'll show it back to you. So. Mama Dog, your sister-in-law says hello. I'm in Michigan, and my brother, that's Kevin Miller, he lives in Indiana, about 70 miles from here. Yeah, there's no reason that the gas prices goes up because the price of oil hasn't went up. The reason why the gas prices are going up is because the gas companies, oil companies, they have no regulation. They can make as much money as they want on their gas, and nobody will say a word to them. And they pay little taxes on it. Yeah. Did you read what he wrote? Kevin said, I had two pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it was damn good carrot cake, the best I ever had. My wife says, I wouldn't know. New from Cecil Homestead. He just put on another video. So tell her I said hello back. I love her to pieces. She says, right back at you, Mrs. Iron Dog. Had a good Easter there, Eric. How was yours? Hopefully it was good. You guys aren't affiliated with Eric McCullum, check out his channel. If it's something you are interested in, give him some channel love, and I'm sure he'll show you some channel love back. I don't mind something like that, junkyard, as long as it's going to pay for something. But when we have probably the highest gas tax in the United States here in Michigan, And it's to fix the roads and stuff, but you couldn't tell it because they don't fix the roads here. In England, they drive on the left of the road. In Michigan, we drive on what's left of the road. But getting back to the oil companies, I remember BP, this was a few years ago, in the first quarter, in one quarter of their earnings, $18 billion profit. $18 billion. Their tax base on $18 billion profit was $1.8 billion taxes. Now that's 10%, right? If it's 10% for them, how come it's 18% for everybody else? I just filled a bunch of, I just poured a bunch of water in there. It says that you gotta get rid of that thing. It's getting so hot, it's boiling the water out before it makes coffee. But you know, they only pay 10%, and everybody else has to pay 18. I don't think that's right. All right, bye, Nate. Have a good one, man. Take good care. Yeah, well, you know, the lottery's supposed to do a lot of stuff, but when these guys are reaching in and stealing money from the lottery too, you know, things are things. You know, they start appropriating money from the lottery here, money from the lottery to there, and it's not supposed to be that way. Overweight fines in the state of Michigan for trucks are supposed to go to pay for the libraries. Well, they do. But the only thing is if you get pulled over in Lenawee County, Michigan for an overweight fine, that money might not stay in Lenawee County. It goes to another county, which is bullcrap. You know, it might go to another county where they don't have as many overweight tickets. So they pay it up there, you know, which I think is a bunch of crap. Another thing in Michigan, Wayne County. Wayne County is the biggest drain on Michigan that there is. Wayne County has the Detroit Metro Airport in it. They do not have a big enough tax base to support the airport there. So 10 cents out of every tax dollar in Michigan goes to Wayne County to pay for the airport. And here where I said, you know, for the last few days or whatever, if you caught it, if you can't make your business survive on the income you got, well, then you shouldn't be in business. Like Amtrak should not be federally funded. All these airports should not be taxpayer funded. You know, if you can't make your business run on the money you get, then you shouldn't be in business. Either that or you should start taking less of a salary. You know, the guy from Amtrak's getting, you know, $2.5 million. The CEO of Amtrak's getting $2.5 million a year as a wage. But yet the federal government is funding Amtrak. Why are we paying this guy $2.5 million to be the CEO of a company, you know, that we are paying for? Same way with, you know, all these major airports. These guys are making 10, 15, 20 million dollars a year as CEOs, and it's taxpayer money that's paying them. And I think that's entirely wrong. Yep. The politicians took $2.3 trillion from Social Security, stole it from us, will not pay it back, and they're claiming that it's an entitlement. It's not an entitlement. We paid for it. What's an entitlement is their goddamn wages that they get. They think they're entitled to everything they can get, and they're not. I say hang each and every one of them goddamn bastards in Washington, D.C., and then get 535 more and show them what's swinging from the ropes. That way, we get some law-abiding and some honest politicians instead of these crooked bastards that are in there now. Sorry about the rant, but that's how I feel about politicians. They're like diapers, and they should be changed just for the same reason. So, I'm not retarded. I'm telling the truth. So, yeah, they're going to lock me up in a room. I said I am. Yeah, she's going to lock me up in a room. You're right. They have stole so much money from the Social Security program. We'd never get the money back plus the interest. You know, there's no reason why Social Security should ever go broke because there was so much money in there plus interest that they're getting. It would never go broke. But yet they found a way to steal it from us. Hell, half your turnpikes anymore aren't even owned by the government. They're owned by private companies that buy them. And then the government gives them subsidies to maintain them and all this other stuff. It's a big racket. They buy the turnpike for little or nothing. And then they maintain it. Well, then the government gives them subsidies to help them maintain the turnpikes. And then they get the money from the fares from the turnpikes. People say, well, that's not a lot of money. Well, it is when the government's backing your, filling your back pocket full of money to keep it going. You're right. That's why people are pissed at Trump because he's trying to keep his word and they don't like it. They're not used to somebody doing that. You're right, Alexander. They'll never give it back. And they'll go to war to keep it with the citizens. They don't care. Yep. Ohio Turnpike's another one. I don't think it's owned by Ohio no more. But when they fix it, they patch it together with duct tape and baling wire and stuff like that. They don't even use high quality or good quality materials to fix it. They'd rather spend $1 patching it than spend $500 fixing it. So you spend $1 patching it and you patch it 500 times, and then you finally think, well, maybe we better fix it. We need to revolt. That's what we need. We need to revolt against the government. But there's too many of those. What do I want to call them? Liberals that think the government wouldn't lie to you. The government wouldn't lie to you. Maybe not. But I tell you what, the government would talk all day long to avoid telling you the truth. Yep, I'm good. So, Eric, are you good?
No, he's not good, Eric.
Huh? Well, another thing around here, road work. When they do road work here in the city,
Hey,
yeah.
they don't have a tag else unless their bag's here.
Huh?
Their bags, carrying bags.
Oh, you guys, Kevin, you left your carrying bag here, so next time you come up or we go down, I'll bring it to you.
Just saying.
Yeah. Pushing baby carriages in 3 or 4 inches of snow instead of sidewalks. Yeah. But anyways, up here in the city, if they do road work and they tear out the curb and the gutter, they charge that right to the homeowner. You know, why should I have to pay for curbs and gutter? Then I got to pay for sidewalks, which I don't own. I got to maintain the grass in between the street and the sidewalk that I don't own, the city owns. But I can't do anything to it. I have to mow it and take care of it and everything else. But I can't plant flowers there. I can't cut down trees. I can't do any trimming or anything. That's because it's not my property. But I have to take care of it. I don't quite understand that stuff. If it's not my property, why do I have to take care of it? So. And they don't do road work here either. We have all these city employees, and the city employees used to do the road work and everything themselves. Now they contract everything out. They say it's cheaper. It's not cheaper. You know, well, we don't have the equipment. Well, you had the equipment, then you sold all the equipment out. If you took better care of your equipment, you know, if a city of our size had the paving equipment and, you know, the rollers and stuff like that, and they maintained it and took care of it, there's no reason why it doesn't last 10 or 15 years, at least. But they don't take care of it. They get done with it. The employees park it. They don't clean it. They don't take care of it. You know, they don't wipe it down. They don't grease it or whatever. And then it's left outside in the winter, you know, and then that's what does the damage. But if you're going to have this kind of equipment, why don't you put a bit underneath a building, you know, with a roof, you know, and keep the equipment safe? I would think you would. They're not that smart because they're politicians. That's the reason why. And the worst thing of it is we all vote for politicians, in which we shouldn't. Yeah, they don't want to hinder terrorism. You're right. Well, what you go out there, you do is you beat the pulp that goddamn tourist, you know, and you beat him to pulp, and then you park him on the sheriff's steps. Okay. Well, I'm glad they're there, Eric, because I have way too many right now. I have to get rid of some. So I have to go through my list and find out people that hadn't been here for a while. I'm gonna remove their wrenches. So you're right. And they wouldn't have to bid out nothing there, Yankee, if they would just take care of because years ago they never bid out nothing. They always kept the equipment. You know, they always had it, but they never kept the equipment inside a building. These construction companies that do all this work, you will hardly ever find their equipment sitting out in the winter. They have big buildings and barns and stuff for that, and they put all this stuff inside because, you know, that's their livelihood. You know, when a machine costs, you know, $500,000, you want to at least get 10, 12 years out of that thing to make your money back and to make your job easier. You don't want to have to start putting, you know, $20,000, $30,000 in every year after the first couple of years because of, you know, parts wearing out because being out in the cold weather, you know, being out in the moisture, being out in the, you know, the snow, you know, wind damage from dust and stuff being blown into the bearings and stuff like that. You don't want that stuff to happen to your equipment. So you try to, you know, you grease it all up and put it in the barn and, you know, keep it safe. Good morning there, Double O. So how are you doing this morning? And if, you know, the city governments would do that, start buying the equipment. Our government here, our city government here, we have like 40 pickups, 40 brand new pickups running around, and trucks and, you know, snow plows and stuff. And I think 90% of them are brand new. And what really irks me is I'll drive around and I'll see these pickups sitting at homes at night. Well, you know, the company, they get to take their pickups home, the employees. No, park them there in the city property and drive your own car back to your house and drive your own car to work, just like everybody else has to. Why should I have to pay for gas money? I don't care if it's a mile. I don't care if it's a block. Why should I have to pay extra gas money for you to go to your house and then you to go back? Because you know dang well when it's cold, he goes out and starts that truck 25, 30, 40 minutes before he even hops in it to go to work. You know, so it's nice and warm. And a lot of these guys, they'll leave the trucks running all day long while they're out doing something. What's up with that? Shut it off. They're not diesels, they're gas. Shut them off. If it don't start, call a mechanic, have them fix it. How you doing, Marie? Glad to see you here. You know, that's just wasting more gas. It's more wear and tear on the vehicle. You know, oh, it's just runtime. Well, yeah. Well, you know, the engine's part of the, you know, the truck, and it's the biggest part of the truck. So if you wear out the engine, the truck ain't worth nothing. It just absolutely irks me the way they do stuff. So, well, at least you got a good sleep in there, Marie. Yeah, I don't understand why they get to drive their trucks home. I don't. Now, when I worked for the trucking company, they would let me bring my truck home 3 or 4 nights a week because when I would leave, I'd leave from my house and I would save them 50 miles because I was on the other side of town, you know, other side of the state. So instead of me running back and then running back my way, I could just run straight up north and come right to my house. And I would save them 50 miles one way. And they enjoyed it, you know, because you figure that out. I saved them 300, 400 miles a week on that truck. So hold on a second. Sorry about that. I had to take that. That was for my pain management pharmacy. I got good news. I was my embryo injection. They said I was cleared for that. but there's a slight copay. I need to get that, the copay is only $1,895 for the copay on the shot. Wow, no problem. And you want me to send you a check? You know, well, they said, we realize that's a high copay. Well, yeah, because I only got a $2,500 copay to begin with, total, and they want $1,800 for it. So no, I don't think so. I told them forget it. And then she says, well, we're going to see about putting you in a program to where they will pay for it. All right. Well, if you can put me in that program, fine. Well, they're sending me paperwork. They're mailing it out today. But who in their God's green earth can afford an $1,895 copay? Unless you're the CEO of, Google or Facebook. I can't afford it. Hell, that's more than one. That's about a month's pay on my Social Security. And they wonder why people get so upset at these scheming, conniving pharmacies. So, sorry about the rant. No, I'm not sorry about that rant. And it's the truth. Pharmacies are the biggest crooked bastards that ever perpetrated on the United States, on the earth. It's all about the mighty dollar. It ain't about helping the sick. They don't care. And yes, Kevin, how are you doing? And sorry I didn't say hi sooner. That's right. I'm thinking about finding me a pusher out there on the street and see if he can get me the same stuff, because I'm sure he probably can. Much love and respect to you too, Dim. It's ridiculous. $1,000 a month for heart medicine. I can't see it. I would just tell them forget it. I'd take my chances. I'd change my lifestyle enough to where it would change the way hopefully it would change my condition some, and I wouldn't do it. True Life with Average Jane vlog. How are you doing this morning? Good to see you here. Well, I'm glad to see you for a little bit at least. So that's right. Marie says it right. Get connected with a drug pusher, dog. That's right. They know, they got all the connections, man. Because you know what? A lot of stuff they get right from the pharmacies. They get right from the pharmacy. They get a pharmacist that gives them that stuff or sells it to them, and they get it right from them, or they get it right from people that get it from the pharmacy. So that's where the drug dealers are making their money. So. I wouldn't doubt it. True Life, I would not doubt it at all. They're a bunch of crooked bastards, Yeah, it's cheaper to buy off a drug pusher than anything else. I just got to tell them what I need and the dosage and everything, and just have them go get it for me. How if I get it for a tenth of the cost? No, I'm not paying for it either. Yeah, so I'd rather suffer in pain, than pay them, a month's salary every time I go there, and they want me to go there every 8 weeks. So every other month I give them a month's salary. I can't afford that, And exactly what's in that injection to make it cost, $15,000. I'm assuming that's what it's going to have to cost to have an $1,800 copay. Yeah, but this stuff I can't get samples of. This stuff is really regulated, and you can't. It's an injection that they want me to do for $1,800, but even the pills that they wanted me to take, the copay on that was $80. I said, I can't afford the $80 copay on that, along with my other medicine and stuff. How about half my paycheck's going for medicine? Iron, I just saw a spirit. No, or in the unit behind you. Not bad. Good. Okay. Well, good. You know what? Man, now the hairs on my back and my neck are standing up and I'm getting all goosebumpy now. So, yeah, we do need to reverse against that crap. That's what they're trying to set up there, True Life, is they're trying to set me up with not a charity, but through the hospital itself, that they will pay it. But I said, okay, but I already understand. I already know that they're not going to pay it. Buy the picture right here. Okay. A good one? Down? A good one or a bad one? I'm going to have to do that there. A good one? Okay. I'm going to have to do that, Marie. Okay, Kevin, see you later. Glad you stopped in, man. You have a good one. Have a good day at work. Well, I hope so. So, I have to go back through um, and see. Maybe you caught it on video, or maybe I caught it on video. A lot of times, I see stuff, like orbs and stuff flying in front of me. I don't see them personally, but I see them on the camera. So maybe I have to check and see if that's on there later on. So, all I got to do is match it up with the live chat. So, yeah. Well, that's nice. As long as they'll give you the medicine, that's fine. But this stuff is so expensive. Even the stuff they want me to do, the $72, I think that's what it is, copay, or $82 copay. Over here? Okay. Well, hopefully, I don't see it now on the screen, but maybe in the video later we'll see it. Hopefully. Hopefully I'll be able to see it. That'd be nice. I don't know. Maybe if you could tilt the picture just a little bit or something. See that? Let us know you're here. A little spirit in a bottle. There you go, Junkyard. I got to go. I have many spirits in my home, but got to go do laundry. Okay, True Life. Thank you. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Really, I do. Well, thank you, Marie. How'd you like it? I didn't edit nothing. You got like we seen it, so. All the loud voices and everything. So you got just exactly the way I seen it. So. I tell you what, Marie, it was delicious. There was a lot of food there, man. A lot of food. There's so much food that people was taking. I went out to the garage and got to-go containers out of my the hot dog totes that I got. They're styrofoam to-go containers, and they started taking food home in those. Well, thank you. All my kids were here except for my youngest son. He had to work. He works for the pipeline, and they told him that they were working Easter Sunday. And he said, "You're kidding? It's a holiday." He said, "There is no holiday for Easter here." And as of 8 o'clock last night, he was still working, and they told him that he might possibly be working till midnight and had to be back at 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, when you work till midnight and you got an hour drive, and then you got to get up and you got an hour drive back, that means you get 3 hours of sleep. I'm glad you liked it, Marie. I really am. So I thought it was nice. I had all the people there. You know, my 26 or 28. I got to sit down and write them all down and see how many people was actually here. So I can sit there and count one on, on each hand. But then if I forget one, if I write them down, I know exactly who was here. So then I'll know. Well, thank you. And I put on the back of the video, I put everybody that I could remember was here. Hopefully I got them all, but I didn't even count the names in. So I will. Oh, you definitely watch After Hunt and Count. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I thought it was pretty neat. It's 11 minutes long, and it shows all the food and stuff. First of all, it shows the baked beans and stuff I made, and then it shows. I do a little bit of a. We're sitting there at the dinner table. Then I decided better get up and start showing the food after everybody started eating on it before it's all gone. So. Really? Well, that's good. They're still working on it right now. My son's probably going to be working for the same crew for about another 2 years, I guess, and then they're going to be done up here. And I said, no, they're never done, because they always, people think, oh, this pipeline is just a once in a lifetime thing. No, there's like 5,000 pipelines that run through the United States. People don't understand that, but there is. And there's several hundred that run through Michigan, and they put them in every year. They put in new pipelines. They go in and replace the old ones, or replace sections of the old ones, and put in new ones. So. You're right. You can't be in everybody's live stream all at every time, No. I hope you like it there, them. So. Hey, Kath. Kath, come here.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't want you. What? Dem said she's seen a spirit behind me on this side right here by your coffee pitcher, and then she said she's seen. Then it walked over here to the other one, but she said it's a good spirit. It's not a bad one.
That's probably my mother.
It's probably either your brother.
My mother passed here. So.
Yeah, her mother did pass here, Dem. So. Well, once you said that, I felt, the hair on the back of my neck, and I got goosebumps and everything else after that. And I actually felt it get a lot cooler in here than it warmed up again. So I don't know.
Why'd you want me to see? I can't see it.
Oh, I was just going to tell you. So he's definitely still near. It's definitely still near the iron picture. So okay.
What?
She says it's still over here by the Iron Rock coffee pot, or coffee makers, or pots right here.
Oh, good.
Well, I said, yeah, her mom passed away in the room just 12 feet from me, right across from. I'm in the dining room. The bedroom is, on the other side of the wall. So she passed away in that bedroom right there. It would be nice if I could get a sign, tilt that coffee pot a little bit or something up there, that picture, maybe. don't knock it off the wall, but just tilt it, touch it. So, I believe in the spirit world. I do. I believe in the spirit world. Um, uh,
My mom, she'll knock the head off your head.
yeah, if it's her mother, she'll probably knock the head off my head. So yeah, but um, at the other house, I've had a peach brandy bottle come flying off the freezer. And I was sitting there. This was at Thanksgiving. There was like 10 of us in the kitchen, and I was sitting in my chair, and this thing flew about 5 to 6 feet away from the refrigerator and busted on the floor behind me. Now, if it would have fell and rolled, it would have just rolled straight off the refrigerator and onto the floor. But this thing flew this far away from the refrigerator before it landed. So the only way something like that is to be thrown or pushed off. And it wasn't, there was nobody around. There was nobody standing near the refrigerator. I was actually the closest to the refrigerator, but I was sitting in the chair. So. She says it's Mark.
It is?
Yep. She says it's your brother-in-law.
He loved you too.
He loved YouTube. Maybe he's here wanting to live stream with me. So. Well, I'm glad of that.
It is Monday, and he was here every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yeah, he was here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's Monday today, so. Okay. A spirit is only there in time of need, and sometimes a spirit will do that because that's a message. Maybe he does need prayers. Maybe he's stuck. Say a prayer for him tonight. So I do miss him. Like I've said, we didn't see eye to eye a lot of times, but that didn't mean I didn't love him and I don't miss him. We had disagreements just like everybody else does, and but that's part of life. It's not true. Spirits are always around. So. Well, like I said, I see our dog all the time. Even though she's gone, I see her all. I don't see her, but I'll catch out of the corner of my eye. I'll catch her fawn-colored hair, her tail wagging, and that's because she was just about high enough to where you couldn't see her at above the bed, but you could see her tail, and that's about all you'd ever see is her tail when she walked by the bedroom. My daughter's looking at the door through the door to look over here to see if she can see anything. Spirits can't talk, but they can give you a sign. So.
No, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either there, Alexander, because I was at the other house and I heard somebody call out my name twice. And then when I was in the bathroom, and when they called out my name twice, he's looking for breakfast. Nah, he ain't looking for breakfast. I looked up because this is like 3 o'clock in the morning. Who's calling me? Next thing I know, I looked up. I seen this guy look around the corner at me and then disappear.
Now, did they just see that orb that was right there? That was right, kind of in the middle of the glass and right on the wall.
Did you just see that orb that was in the middle of the wall in front of the window, right?
Yeah, right in the middle of the wall, underneath that.
Underneath the thing, the coffee pots. Yeah. I don't know. Spirits do talk. They do. So I was talking to unpronounceable names. Yeah, that was my daughter talking. She says, yes, she's seen a lot of them. No. Barn Boy 44 and 45, how are you doing? So. Your daughter sees a lot. That's what she's saying.
Oh, I see a lot.
Yeah, you can see a lot.
Oh, I can see full figure.
She says she can see full figures. She has this is what you would find interesting. She lives over at a place, and across the street they had an old school that had some kids die there or something.
No, my house. There's a house on my property.
There was a house on her property and it burnt or something like that. Just a second. Sorry about that. That was my radiologist calling me for my MRI tomorrow at 7:30. Case John says you have the ability to feel it. So you have the ability to feel the apparitions or the spirits.
How do they know?
Dem's a seeker.
She does. Oh, she's a seeker?
Yeah. So
I have ability to what?
you have the ability, has an ability to feel it, to feel spirits. So, anyways, she was at her place. There's ghosts or spirits that walk around her house all the time. She sees an old man and an old woman walking by her windows all the time. And first time she seen it, she told her husband, "Hey, there's somebody out there walking around." Well, they went out there and there was nobody there, but she sees it all the time. So, and she says, "I feel she does." No, your daughter can see spirits. Yeah, okay. She feels that you can see spirits. My mom said she could do it too. So, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it or not, but I can tell, when a woman's pregnant, most of the time I can tell what she's going to have just by looking at her. First thing hits me when I see a pregnant woman is what she's having. And I'm not wrong very often. And usually when I'll tell somebody, "Hey, you're having a baby girl that's going to be red hair, blue eyes." I'm not wrong. And if I am, I might be right on the sex of the kid, but I might be off on the hair color or the eye color, or I'll be right on both of them and the sex of the kid. But so, what, honey? Who?
She said he probably came for yesterday's gathering.
He probably did. Both his sisters were here and his kids were here. So, that's nice. I'm just going back through reading some of the comments that yeah, but I do believe in the hereafter. I do believe in it. Gene, how are you doing today? Good to see you here, man. So, That's good. I'm glad there's no bad here. Um, I don't think the other one at the other house was bad either. He just was upset, when we were moving out because he wasn't allowed to come with us or whatever.
Well, I have bad at my house.
My daughter says she thinks she's got bad at her house.
They flip a cross right over.
She said they flipped a cross upside down on her wall,
And she's had dig marks.
and she's woke up with dig marks on her chest,
And her husband too.
and her husband too. So I don't know.
I'd be moving out.
Gene says the pile of snow is down to 4 feet instead of 8 now. Good job, Gene.
I don't remember. But I do.
Charlene, Indiana Fishing and Gaming, showing some love and passing through. I seen you had a live stream, I think, this morning, but by the time I seen you had it, it was way too late. You were already, I think I was headed towards mine or whatever, or I missed it. I know it wasn't on no longer or something. Yes, Dem, Case.
What?
You can leave me private messages, Dem, and then she can contact through, private messages through my YouTube channel, or you got an email address?
Yeah, it's kmiller3603@yahoo.com.
Dem, you got a pen or a pencil, paper? Let me know when you got one, and I'll give you her email address. Okay, YouTube is fine. Or you can email her if you want to email her at her email address.
kmiller3603
kmiller3603
at yahoo.com.
yahoo.com. And just put reference, your dad sent me. That way she won't, she'll know what it's.
For the K.
All right, I will. I will, I'll PM you her email. Or if you want, you can just PM me the questions, and she can answer back right here on YouTube if you want. You got a YouTube channel, don't you?
I don't get on it.
Oh yeah, but you can go right to your YouTube channel and PM her back or whatever. What's your YouTube channel name?
It's Casey Lord. She don't get on it.
You don't get on it.
Well, it doesn't. If you can comment on any video, you've got a channel.
Yeah, it's Casey Lord.
Okay. I will PM you her YouTube channel there, Dem, and you can contact her right through that. If that's okay. Well, Charlene, we had a bunch of people from Indiana here yesterday. You can't type this morning. I'm gonna go right in right now and give it to you. I'm gonna PM you right now while I'm thinking of it, so I don't forget it. All right, I sent it to you there, Dem. Yeah, my brother lives up in Fremont, so he come up here for dinner yesterday, him and his wife. So it was nice. We had 26 or 28 people. I have to actually write them all down and get a count, but it'll be nice, you know. I'm not going to do the prayer list today, um, but I will again tomorrow. Um, but if you, all those people that you want, just, you know, you can do a generic prayer for all the people on my list. I'm not, I'm going to get off here at 10 o'clock, but I usually like to ask people if they have anybody they want to be put on the prayer list, but I didn't have a chance. I didn't do it today. I forgot about it. So we'll do it tomorrow. Welcome back, Drone. How are you doing? Yeah, everybody has things they have to do, you know. Yankee, you take care too. You have a good one, man. Be careful. We'll see you tomorrow if you care to show up. So Primal Fear Gaming, how you doing? Iron Dog Primal is in the house. Primal Fear Gaming is in the house. So if you guys aren't affiliated with Primal Fear, go ahead and check out Primal Fear's channel. Same way with Charlene, Indiana Fishing and Gaming. Check her channel out. Check out Dem Seeking Earth Mama. Drone King XL. Check out his channel. Marie Kaplinger. Yankee Living. Just run right up through the list right here. If you see somebody up there you are not acquainted with, go ahead and check their channel out. Show them some channel love. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. Give them some channel love. I'm sure they'll give you some channel love back. It's all about channel love. It's all about getting each channel to grow to, you know, we're all one big family. We may not be a big happy family, but we are one big family. So. And there's Andrew Stevens here. Check out his channel. Or not Andrew, Alexander Smith, I'm sorry. And I don't know where I got Andrew Stevens. Alexander Smith. Check out Gene Chambers. Gene does a lot of volunteer work for the widows of veterans, the disabled veterans. He works on, he fixes up old baby dolls, American-made baby dolls. He fixes them up, puts new hair, he makes them look like brand new, cleans them all up, new dresses, puts them in new boxes, and he ships them to little girls that are underprivileged. And he does the same thing with toys. He builds toys out of wooden trains and trucks and stuff like that for little boys for Christmas. So, you know, give Gene some channel love. And if you're interested in doing a little donating to Gene, you know, a doll or some money or whatever to help him with his cause, I'm sure he'd appreciate it, because everything he does out of pocket. And he is disabled. He's on Social Security disability just like me. So, you know, every penny counts for him, just like it does for everybody else. And but he does what he can with what he has to work with. There you go, Junkyard. You go get hair, you wash your hairs and brush your toothpicks. Yeah. Your teethers. Yeah. See you later, Junkyard. As always, it was a pleasure having you here. That's right. Check out Free Music Jukebox. He does videos and live streams. It's all royalty free, copyright free. You're absolutely right, Dema. Hit the like or hit the link. Plus sharing is caring. You're right. So. In Free Music Jukebox, if you guys are interested in putting some music on your videos, let's go to that site, and he will, you know, there's copyright and royalty-free music there that you can put on your videos or on your live streams or whatever you want, or if you just want to listen to it, or if you want to stream it live, you can do that. There's no royalty and there's no copyright infringement. You can do that. So you know. And he does that all out of the kindness of his heart. And Free Music is a really a hell of a nice guy. So. I said I'm gonna get off here at 10 o'clock. It's 9:55 now. So.
Must be dead now.
Yep, his channel is up there in the chat. You can find his channel up there. It's probably clear up to the top. No, he's out of the chat room now. So, but it's Free Music Jukebox. Yeah, he's out of the chat room right now. You can watch this when it goes on to video and just watch the first 15 minutes of it. And you're going to see him comment in it because it's going to be there. So. There it is, Free Music Jukebox. He's on there now. Right there he is. So check out his channel. He must have been listening. So. He's down here now at the bottom, so you guys can take a look at Free Music Jukebox, and you know, it's all royalty and copyright free. She didn't make it, but I'm sure Marie, I can get you, or she can get you the recipe. I think her sister made it, I believe. Her daughter, you know, her niece made it. One of them made it, so I'll have her.
What's that?
That ramen salad.
Oh, Ashley made that.
So
she got it off the internet.
She got it off the internet.
She
so,
don't need it.
Yeah.
She made it because I wanted it.
So just it does look delicious.
She didn't add enough sugar to it. Though.
Yeah, she didn't. Kath said she didn't add enough sugar to it. So, but just look at you can type it up on the internet, I guess, and ramen noodle salad, and it should have it there for you. It looked good. I never tried it. There's some in the refrigerator. I'm gonna take a taste of it today and see how it is. So, I think I'm gonna. Like, see if Mrs. wants to make omelets tonight for dinner. I think that sounds pretty good. We got all that ham. Yeah. So, either that or just eat leftovers today and make omelets tomorrow for dinner. So, but that's probably going to be the easiest way there, Marie, is just look it up on the internet, ramen noodle salad, because that's where she found it. My niece did. So.
Gotta bring the grandbabies back today, so I'll find out.
Yeah, she's the grandbabies are with her today, so when she brings them back, my wife will find out exactly and then let you know. So. She may not have the recipe on her, but she'll let you know where she found it at. So.
I thought my house would never get back to normal.
Actually, it wasn't that bad though. They didn't tear it up, did they? Not like I thought they would with 28 people running around through here. Well, yeah, but it didn't take long to clean up once they moved the tables and chairs and stuff.
And I'm texting Doug today because I told him about that garbage out there. Cats out.
Huh.
From out here, all over.
Oh, yeah?
He told me the lid was pushed out tight.
Well, it could have been a raccoon got into it. They'll lift the lid up, so. Iron, thank you for today's stream. Much love to you and Mrs. Iron and your family. I will message you within an hour to speak to your daughter. Okay. I don't know if she had. What time you got to go to work?
I'll be to work at 10:15. I get out around 6.
She has to work at 10:15, but she gets out at 6, so she can send you a comment back after she gets out of work there, Dem.
Yeah, she can't use her phone. She works at a daycare.
Yeah, she can't use her phone while she's at work. It works at a daycare. So, but
Yeah, we have a little spirit girl that runs the hall there too.
She says that they have a little spirit girl that runs the halls there too. She sees her.
She has blonde hair.
No blonde hair girl.
Oh,
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad you're staying till the end. Well, it is the end. So it's 10 o'clock. Okay, you can speak to her after. That's fine. She said she can speak to you after work. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. I really do. If it wasn't for you, I say this every time, I would have no business being here. So you guys make my day. You make it interesting. She says, but that spirit girl is happy, Case. Yeah, I would think so, running around, yeah. I do appreciate you. If you guys are out and about, make sure you watch out for the other person, because usually the other person is not watching out for you. And much love to each and every one of you. God bless and have a good day. I'll leave you a message here. There we go. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it.